know, what makes you think you can do this? And I had to really just sit back and meditate on it, and I came to the conclusion is that I'm here. You know, I had the balls to get here when a lot of people wouldn't, and, you know, did a lot of this work on my own. Well, and so as far as my children, though, I feel that in this climate that our country is in, honestly, if I'm being completely honest,
yes,
I am stepping away from that energy only to preserve my own and to preserve my children in the event that, you know, things go, honestly, whichever way things go, they're going to be focused on self.
Right.
Because when you focus on yourself, when you focus on your own, you know, growth, you don't have to worry about what's really going on in, you know, the larger scheme of things. If you're, you know, walking in integrity, you're being a decent human being out here, you're having respect for people, young people, older people, there's nothing really that you can, you know, there's no way to go wrong, I feel.
Well,
if you're really walking in true integrity and you have respect and honesty, you know, work with honesty and all that.
Exactly.
I believe that, of course, you do have to be aware of what's going on. But
yes,
as far as, you know, the division, I'm teaching my children that there's no such, not that there's no such thing, but I want them to live in a world where there's no such thing as division. They shouldn't have to be worried about, oh, my friend's, you know, dad came to school with this flag attached to his truck. What does it mean, Mommy? You know, so
it's
to
fine.
Me,
it's fine. I think I just wanted to interject and say this. I believe everybody has a point of view. Sometimes we haven't gotten our full message from ourselves yet, from our journey, or maybe sometimes it's a message that's still developing, and we're still developing of who we're growing into, as whether it's leadership, activism, whatever it may be. Sometimes it takes us a minute to get there. And something else I want to empower you with, you have to stop and think, how many times did Barack Obama did he actually try and run for president? A lot of people look at Joe Biden. How many times did Joe Biden run for president? How many times, you know, did he try to, you know, run for president? How many times sometimes when we fall down, we get back up stronger, but it's the courage to get back up. And if you can look up, you can get up. And that's the most important thing, that you get up. And so just imagine all of the people that are going to admire you because you had a stand. You took a stand because you wanted to bring change. And so we salute you for wanting to bring change, because there's no judgment here for any panelists, but most definitely saluting you and telling you to stick to your belief system. And if it's something there for you walking within your journey, it's going to get you there. It could be the sheer will of your children that will get you there. Okay. It could be any of those things. So I salute you, and you just keep going. Don't stop.
Thank you so much.
Is that and so a little bit, you know, she does have a business, and her business is about healing. She's into aesthetics and Reiki healing and teach breathing work and sound healing as well. And so we have to just really, really look at how we come across to people. And I'm sure a lot of what you do transcends into what you're trying to do with work, how you come across at work. You're young. You have all the time in the world to continue to build life as a millennial. And is there something that you want to say or share before we move to the next panelist in terms of your business, how people can get in touch with you? Because you never know, you might have a politician listening, and that politician may turn around and want to have you as an intern so that someone can take you under their wing and teach you about politics. I mean, look at Stacey Abrams. She literally lost to being the governor of Georgia. But what she did is she immobilized a historic vote. She was able to get people out to vote from all walks of life, from all different cultures, from all different races. She was able to do that, and it was because of a belief system that people wanted to make their voice heard, and they wanted to make their vote count. So keep going, don't stop. And especially with you trying to develop your nonprofit Rain and Shine for healing, okay? And keeping up with your political endeavors, especially also nutrition. So did you want to share something else? Because I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. If you guys would like to follow me, my Instagram is soul, SOUL, selfish. So it'll be SOULSELF ISHLLC. And also at soulselfishllc.love, LOVE. And if there's anybody, in the Houston area or anywhere else, honestly, I do remote healing. I do remote breathwork sessions via Zoom, obviously. You can find that information on the website as well.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere, because we might just have everyone question. Someone may have some questions or something for you. The next person that I have a lot of respect for, and we had a conversation today on the phone, and it was a moving conversation. And that person's name is Valerie. She's a Caucasian woman, again, who's living in the Midwest. She is a baby boomer, and I wanted to bring her here as well so that we can understand how she feels, how her current events or what's happening in racism, sexism, ageism, classism, homophobia, nationalism, religious prejudice, xenophobia, voting rights, or equality that she wants to share with our listening audience so that people can understand this one incident that showed our country the other day. That's not who we really are. That's something that people just didn't know how to express what they were feeling, or because people felt like something was taken from them and they just didn't really know how to be heard, or however, whatever they did, it was not right. The way it was done was wrong, and people got hurt and lost their lives in the process. And so I had a very special conversation and moment with Valerie today. Valerie, I just want you to share, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for having me, Debbie.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I just wanted to, our conversation today, once I stopped talking to you, I'll get off the phone, I really had to think hard and deep about what you were saying. It wasn't just a conversation. It was what you felt and how you felt that you wanted to be heard and you wanted to be represented. Represented. I'm tongue-tied. Everybody knows I get tongue-tied, so I do sometimes. But you wanted to be representative. You want to be heard. You wanted to be heard. And so can you share with the audience how you feel with what's going on in the areas of what you feel? So with that being said, Valerie, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you again. So as you mentioned, I am a Caucasian. However, I'm first generation American on my father's side, who was Scandinavian, and my mother was Sicilian, so second generation on her side. So we really haven't been in the U.S. for many years. They came over on my mom's side in the early 1900s and married within their own, nationality.
Right.
But I can, and so I can't speak to having this racism against me per se with the everything that's going on, but within even the European, so I'm Northern European and Southern European, even within that, there is racism there, where my mother was not accepted by my father's family because of her skin tone, which was an olive tone, darker skin tone than perhaps a Swedish person who's a lighter tone. So I can understand a little of that, but as a child, I thought, what? This woman is, the most wonderful mother and sweetest person, friend of many, and you're against her because she married, she's from a different country or
culture, yes,
nationality. But however, to speak to more of what's going on now, and I would like to stay on that, also to honor Dr. King,
yes, ma'am.
who I admire greatly. I experienced a little bit of it first, close by. I wouldn't say it was firsthand. With I'm near Kenosha and I'm near Chicago. Both of those cities went through. And to me, it's extremely sad. I also am a Christian.
Yes.
So from a Christian point of view, we have to love our brother, no matter who that is. I'm not going to tell you that I am perfect. I am far from perfect. But moving to a larger, metropolitan area than where I grew up, I have experienced all different races, nationalities, creeds, and I'm a better person for that, because I think, when you're stuck in your little neighborhood somewhere where everybody looks like you, that's where the issues are, I believe. So my church has times where we serve an area and we all get together. It might be just going to a school and painting the halls, before the school year starts. Small things like that. That you're serving together, you're working together to better that community. I have a very good friend that's almost like a sister. You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
She's African American, and I've known her all over 30 years.
That's right.
And, at times it's really interesting, because her and I will be at the same points in our lives,
Right.
going through similar experiences, and, have stayed close throughout the years. I love her as a sister. I don't see her color
Yep.
at all. She's not my only African American friend, but probably the longest. That's a long friendship. I've, like I said, I've experienced it reversed, but I have not experienced anything that these, especially the young men in the African American community. I am against any type of violence. That's why another reason why I really respected Dr. King. He was so powerful with, the marches. They were nonviolent.
That's
he
right.
got the message across. I wish we could get back to that. But again, like you mentioned even earlier, that we're all hand in hand.
We are. We are.
With because it's wrong. And like
Right.
I mentioned, I question myself, and wonder, for me, I'm one person, what can I do? I'm not in politics. I'm just a regular person. What can I do to make a difference? But I really believe, with my church community, again, when we serve these areas, we're going into every area, and
That's
everybody's working together. So I think that's a great way. It's a small thing, but it's a good, it's something good for a particular neighborhood or,
Right.
city.
Well, something, Valerie, it's just sometimes it's just one kind gesture that can change a person's thoughts, opinion, or them make a decision that will catapult them to somewhere in their life that they never thought they would go. We never know how one act of kindness can change a person's views, their reality, or even the trajectory of where they're actually going in life. So no act of kindness or servitude or anything of that nature is too small, because we never know on what day in that life when you encountered that person did they need it most. And that's how you're serving. That is how you're serving. So don't say that. That's how you're serving. Because we talked today, and I know everybody's phone's ringing off the hook about what's going on in Washington, or like they're saying, okay, this is terrorism on United States soil, homegrown, or if it's insurrection or whatever they're calling it. And I know you were really touched by vote and making sure that the vote counted, or that you could depend on that. And I know that right now we have so much uncertainty, but I truly believe that the leadership in Washington is going to get down to the bottom of what really has taken place And some of the stories we're learning is hard to